What if we told you that one of the most iconic rock bands of the 70s and 80s nearly collapsed, not because of the industry or the fans, but because of one man's vision and another's rebellion? Tommy Shaw has finally decided to speak out, revealing decades of tension and truth behind the dramatic downfall of Styx. Before we dive into this explosive story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive like this on Rock Fame Diaries. Now, let's get into the dark side of Styx. The rise of a legend. Styx was more than just a rock band. They were theatrical, groundbreaking, and full of ambition. At the center of it all was Dennis DeYoung, the visionary who co-founded the band in 1972 in Chicago. From the very beginning, Dennis had a clear direction for Styx, blending storytelling with progressive rock and bold theatrical themes. His childhood passion began with the accordion at just 15 years old. By 1962, he formed a local group with Chuck and John Panozzo. That band would later morph into Styx, a name chosen simply because, according to DeYoung, it was the only name nobody in the band hated. Then came Tommy Shaw, a passionate guitarist from Montgomery, Alabama. Shaw joined Styx in 1975 after impressing the band with his vocals and songwriting talent. Ironically, during his audition, the band never even asked him to play guitar. His voice sealed the deal. Shaw quickly became a vital piece of the puzzle, delivering rock-driven hits like Blue Collar Man and Renegade, adding grit and fire to the band sound. Where DeYoung was theatrical and operatic, Shaw was pure rock and roll, a mix that worked for a while. As Styx rose to superstardom, the creative clash between DeYoung and Shaw began to boil. DeYoung's push toward concept albums and musical theater clashed with Shaw's desire for grounded, guitar-driven rock. It wasn't long before the tension became unbearable. The album Kilroy was the breaking point. While DeYoung dreamed of dystopian stories and robotic stage plays, Shaw felt the band was straying too far from its roots and from its fans. He hated the direction and felt like a side character in DeYoung's rock opera. Kilroy saw DeYoung play the imprisoned rock star Kilroy, while Shaw played the rebellious Jonathan Chance. The elaborate stage show, robot costumes, and storytelling confused fans and split the band's vision right down the middle. And then came the controversy. Accusations of hidden satanic messages in songs like Snowblind and Heavy Metal Poisoning. Religious groups protested. Shaw and James Young had to defend the band publicly. The album's backward Latin phrases, included as satire, only made things worse. Behind the scenes, meetings turned into shouting matches. Rehearsals became battles. And the once collaborative atmosphere had turned toxic. Tommy walks away. By 1984, Shaw had had enough. Feeling creatively suffocated and emotionally exhausted, he left Styx. It was a huge blow to the band, but a necessary move for his mental health and artistic freedom. Shaw went on to launch a solo career, releasing albums like Girls with Guns and collaborating with other rock acts. He proved he didn't need Styx or DeYoung to shine. Meanwhile, Styx, now led solely by DeYoung, began to lose its spark. Without Shaw's influence and energy, the band struggled to find its identity. More than just Shaw versus DeYoung. But it wasn't just Tommy Shaw who clashed with DeYoung. James J.Y. Young, co-guitarist and rock purist, also found himself frustrated with DeYoung's controlling nature. Though he admired DeYoung's talent, Young felt the band's creative direction no longer reflected what Styx once stood for. By the 1990s, when the band briefly reunited, the unresolved tensions between Shaw and DeYoung still lingered. The damage had been done. Though the band did experience revivals and lineup changes, the magic of the original blend, the fusion of Shaw's rock passion and DeYoung's theatrical flair, was gone. Fans continued to argue who was right. Should Styx have followed DeYoung's vision or stuck to their rock roots? One thing's for sure, Dennis DeYoung was the mastermind that pushed the band into stardom, but his ambition may have also pushed it over the edge. What do you think? Was Dennis DeYoung the hero or the villain in this story? Did Tommy Shaw save himself or abandon the band? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read everyone. God bless. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden history of Styx, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow rock fans. And don't forget to check out our other episodes on Rock Fame Diaries, where we expose the secrets behind music's biggest legends. Until next time, keep rocking.